We're back, baby. It is the Michigan Football Report with your guy, James Yoder. It's been 39 days since our last video. I apologize, guys. Had a lot of stuff going on in late February, early March, and I'm back and better than ever. So give us 500 likes in this video. I was looking back at the videos before we took a little hiatus. 500 was kind of the number that really got the people going, got the views up to the right. So if you like the video, if you want more Michigan Football Report, want us to do back to 3, 4, 5 videos per week, give this video a like. We've got all kinds of stuff to talk about: spring practice, quarterbacks, and more. It's your questions coming up right now. Got a question coming in from my guy, Michael K. off of Twitter. He says, at James Yoder, are you just done with the Michigan Football Report? Asked me that, 7 days ago now, last Tuesday. So, Michael, appreciate the concern. These were two of many tweets I got. People like, James, what happened to the show? Michael Penning, Yoder, did you kick the bucket or something? Haven't seen a new video in over a month. Michael and many others, really appreciate both you guys, two Michaels, Michael K, Mike Penning on the concerns, but your boy is back. Let me just kind of break it down for you here. I moved. This is quite an ordeal. We hired a couple new people, a lot of interviewing. We did a pretty big business development deal, which I'll talk to you about here in a second, that got started for the company in March. 12 new shows for Chat Sports, and yeah, a lot of things pulling me away, and got sick. I don't really get sick, but, whatever. It wasn't Corona, though. And then took a trip to the Sweet 16 for Michigan Villanova. So had a lot going on in March, but we are back and better than ever in April. All right, trivia question before we pop into more questions. I'm going to give this answer at the 10-minute mark of this video. So we're 2 minutes in right now, 10-minute mark, 8 minutes from now. Mike Hart rushed for 200-plus yards in 3 straight games as a true freshman in 2004. Don't cheat. No cheating. No looking it up. See if you can guess them. And heck, if somebody gets them, all of them right without looking it up, the honor system, I will be very, very excited for you. So go down about 7.5 minutes from now. We will give you the answer. The 3 games he rushed, 3 straight games, over 200 yards as a freshman. All right, so got a Michigan football mailbag. Put out a mailbag call end of last week on the YouTube community, on our Facebook page. We're going to stick to all these questions on today's show as YouTube questions, so you might see your name coming up in these next 4 or 5 questions. Sergio asking me, does Cade have enough to fully utilize all our offensive weapons, or is he going to limit our offensive explosion? Well, it's a pretty good question, because I think everyone is kind of jaded a little bit with Cade, given what we saw the first 2.5 quarters against Georgia, right? It looked like he just didn't have it. He was a step slower. He couldn't, attack that Georgia defense down the field. And then J.J. McCarthy comes in. He was 7 of 17, but he had a couple nice throws, a couple plays with his feet, one where he kind of shook off an All-American Georgia linebacker that people got really excited for. But the biggest problem that we're having when considering Cade versus J.J. right now is J.J. McCarthy just did not play football for Michigan during the spring, had a lingering shoulder injury that we didn't really know about going into the college football playoff. It apparently got worse as they got into spring workouts and into spring practice. He didn't participate, tried to throw a little bit, it sounds like. Got 3 different medical opinions from doctors. Michigan's doctor, I heard like a family doctor, someone that knows his primary care physician, and then went and saw a specialist out of state. First 2 said get surgery. The third one said don't get surgery to J.J. McCarthy, and that's the advice that he took. So missed spring practices with that shoulder injury. Seeing a specialist, is not going to get surgery. So, there's always concerns when you get surgery that maybe the surgery makes the injury worse than what it would have just been healing naturally. He's going for au naturel, expected to be throwing the ball again in June, July, and be back for fall camp. But with injury like this that kept him out all of spring and really has been going on for about 4 months now, always a concern for Michigan that he might not be fully healthy this year. Michigan definitely cannot be that short on quarterback, talent. But guys, Cade McNamara is a Big Ten championship quarterback, right? He is the first returning Big Ten championship winning quarterback for Michigan since Chad Henne in 2005. So just think about how long that has been. So everyone wants to just push him to the side. The guy who was on the live show back in December saying he would bet me I said I'd bet him $10,000. He says there's no way Cade starts a game next year. If I don't remember the guy's name, you go back to our live show right after the college football college football playoff announcement was made, I told the guy I'd bet him $10,000 that Cade would start the opening game and that JJ wouldn't, but he never manned up on it. But let me know what you guys think. Who will be the starting quarterback? Not game one, not right off the start with Colorado State. Is it going to be Cade McNamara or is it going to be J.J. McCarthy, folks? I want to know from you guys. Go ahead and let me know. We're going to toss out that question on the screen. No, that's what I want. In Columbus, the final game. Yeah. So talking to the producer, he's like, oh, we want it there. But he said 2022. You can answer whatever question. Type CM for Cade McNamara, JJ for JJ McCarthy. Let me know. Columbus. Let's go with Columbus because I think it's going to be Cade no matter what. Start the year because of JJ's injury. So let's focus on Columbus, the last game of the year on the regular season schedule. Go down in the comments, type CM or type JJ for JJ McCarthy. All right, Brian Scott. I got Brett Scott in the room. I got Will Scott. This is their long-lost cousin, Brian Scott, with some cool numbers. That's the production team behind the hand. No relation, Brian. With Bell returning, that, of course, is Ronnie Bell, returning for his 5th year after getting injured, ACL injury in Game 1. And the emergence of Clemons, how do you see the depth chart playing out at wide receiver? Very good question. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Darrius Clemons here in a second. I want to answer that question and just dive into it for you guys. So in a moment, I am going to give you guys the wide receiver depth chart following spring football. But before we do, want to tell you guys about that partnership I mentioned at the top of the show. The Michigan Football Report and 11 other shows here at Chat Sports are now partnering with Rumble. We're putting all kinds of content out on Rumble. We've only put 2 videos out there, so we're going to put a 3rd out there today. A lot of it's going to be the same stuff you see on YouTube, but we'll try and put some exclusive stuff on Rumble as well. We've only got 36 followers, so do me a favor. The link right there, rumble.com/MichiganTV. It's the same as our YouTube URL, just Rumble instead of YouTube. Go give me a follow there. Download the Rumble app for iPhone, Android. It's a pretty cool feature that YouTube makes you pay for, is you can actually minimize the app and just listen audio only on the go. If you want to mess around with your text messages, go on the internet, you can just listen audio only. So if anything, that is a nice feature of Rumble. It's a new video platform that is competing with YouTube, and we have signed up for an exclusive deal with them. So go give us a follow. Link down in the comments and the description. Let's take a look at the wide receiver depth chart coming out of spring football. I've got Cornelius Johnson, Ronnie Bell, Andrell Anthony as my 3 starting wide receivers. Then you throw in A.J. Henning, who didn't do a ton of catching the ball. And there's that Deebo Samuel rumors out there that he's going to be doing more than just reverses. He'll get snaps out of the backfield as a running back, but I think he will be involved more downfield throughout this year. Backups, Roman Wilson kind of taking a step back this year with Ronnie Bell back in the starting lineup healthy. Darrius Clemons, the true freshman. Mike Sanders still going to play both sides of the ball. And if he's still on the roster, Christian Dixon, a lot of rumors last year that he might be looking to go back to California. I don't know. I'm not trying to, start any rumors there that you don't already know about, but that has been out there and rumored for a bit. Got to check my clock here. 8.5 minutes, so that trivia answer coming up here in about 90 seconds or so. Another question coming in from Sergio. Edwards, talking about Donovan Edwards, is a great pass catcher, but is he good enough to carry a workhorse role like Hassan, Haskins, Blake Corum did last year? Love the show, by the way. Thank you so much, Sergio. Appreciate it. I don't know what to expect from Donovan Edwards running the ball because he just didn't do it a ton. And in the games where he really made a big-time impact, you think he had 10 catches. What was that, the Minnesota game? I'm just kind of forgetting it at this point. The big 10-catch game on the road towards the end of the year. Then he had the pass against Iowa. Then he had a couple nice runs against Ohio State. But Hassan Haskins has already beat him down. So I don't know what to expect from Michigan from the workhorse aspect because I don't think Blake Corum is that guy. I think Corum's going to sit there 14 carries, 15 carries per game, and then maybe Edwards gets the same. They both catch a few balls. Michigan might have to find someone like Tavion Dunlap, whatever his name is, the redshirt freshman, to take a few carries to be more of that workhorse. But I'm going to ask you guys this question. Who leads Michigan in rushing this season, the 2022 season? It's a pretty interesting question. I'm not sure what you guys think about it. I'm going to give you my answer in a second here, but go down in the comments. Let me know who leads Michigan in rushing this season in 2022. I think everyone's down to Corum or Edwards, but we will see what you guys think. All right, it's about 15 seconds till 10 minutes on this video. So Mike Hart, Got to start in the third game as a true freshman, and he really started to heat up. What did he end up, like 1,500 yards that year as a true freshman. 200 yards in the heart of the Big Ten season in his true freshman year. Let's go ahead and name him. Answer is, at Illinois, 234 yards. The next week, at Purdue, drops 206. And then the famed 2004 Michigan State game when the Wolverines were down 17 points with under 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. Mike Hart put it, the team on his back in a lot of ways with Braylon Edwards. 224 yards, 3 straight 200-yard games as a true freshman. I am not sure, folks, that we will ever see that again from a Michigan football player. What a time to be alive there for Mike Hart, who, of course, is now Michigan's running backs coach and running game coordinator. All right, going to talk about our programming schedule here in a moment, so stick with us throughout these last few questions. I'm going to talk about what we've got coming for you up here on the channel over the rest of this next week and into next week. So John M., this question coming in, he says, my question is, how is the new female coach going to help the quarterbacks out? Was that hire right? Was it for politics, or is she really going to make the team better? All right, I'll be real with you, folks. It's probably a public relations move, but whatever. I mean, there's a lot of people who thought the Colin Kaepernick thing was a stunt, and what's Jim Harbaugh looking to prove? He's making it about Kaepernick and not the Michigan football players, about Kaepernick and not the spring game. I agreed with some of it, but it didn't turn out to be that big of a deal, I guess, end of day. And this one has been underreported. It's actually Mike Morris, who is expected to be kind of backfill for Aiden Hutchinson, David Ojabo, starting at defensive end this year. It's actually his older sister, who played at Boston College, played at Georgetown as a basketball player. She's coming into being a grad assistant for quarterbacks. Does she know? Does she have any football experience? Not that I can see. So maybe it's a PR move. But what does it really matter? I'm sure she'll be there for one season and then go pursue her professional career elsewhere. And that's kind of what grad assistants are for college football teams. All right. Coming up tomorrow, today is Tuesday. We're filming this Tuesday afternoon about 4 o'clock Eastern. Come tomorrow, I'm going to give you my post-spring Michigan football depth chart. Then we're going to do another one of these mailbags. Got so many questions for you later in the week. And then either Friday or the weekend, we'll have our defensive depth chart. Get into next week, start getting more back into the 3 or 4 videos per week groove for you guys. One more time, though, did want to remind, sitting at 36 followers on Rumble, right? We've done almost no promotion of it, so, whatever. The 36 people, I guess we're lucky to have them. Go to rumble.com, even if it's just from your web browser, and give us a follow, create an account. It's pretty simple. You can just log in with Facebook, log in with Twitter, log in with Google if you want. Or go download the Rumble app. Give the Michigan Football Report a follow. Hoping to get 30 more followers today. If we start getting 30 more followers every time we promote them in a video, I think they'll think a lot better of us than they currently do now. They're thinking our channel is a bunch of bums. So go ahead, give us a follow. It's rumble.com/MichiganTV. We will be back on Wednesday. Until then, go blue.